Hi everyone, it's Tatiana from Tatiana's Everyday Food and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm sharing my recipe for the easiest, most scrumptious barbecue pork ribs you will ever have. These are hands down the best ribs. The meat just falls off the bone. It's just so juicy and so tender, and then slathered in the most amazing barbecue sauce. And I love this recipe because it's so easy, and in 3 hours you're going to have the most amazing pork ribs you will ever have. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make them. For this recipe, I'm going to be using a large oven roasting pan, and I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first thing I'm going to do is line the bottom of the pan with onions. So I just slice these into thin slices, and I'm going to spread them across the bottom of the pan. For this recipe, I'm using a 2-pound rack of extra meaty pork ribs, and I've just sectioned them into smaller pieces, and now it's time to get these seasoned. I'm going to place the pork ribs directly on top of my onions. I'm going to season the pork ribs generously with salt on both sides. And I'm going to add lots of smoked paprika. It's going to add so much great flavor to these pork ribs. And finally, lots of ground black pepper. And now for my secret ingredient. We're going to need 1 bottle of beer. And I'm going to pour that directly into my roasting pan. And if you have a larger pan, you can use maybe 2 or even 3 cans of beer. You just want to make sure that the bottom is completely covered with liquid. I'm going to grab some foil and seal off my pan. Make sure it's nicely and tightly sealed. Once you have your pan sealed, you just want to pop these into the oven, and they're going to bake for 3 hours at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and you don't have to do a single thing. Just make sure to keep the foil nicely closed to keep all that moisture inside, and we'll come back in 3 hours. I just took my pork ribs out of the oven and they've been in there for 3 hours. I still have a little bit of liquid left on the bottom of the pan. If yours evaporates, you can add a little bit more. And now onto the barbecue sauce. So grab your favorite barbecue sauce. This is just the one that I've been using lately. It's called Kinder's Roasted Garlic Barbecue Sauce. I really love the garlicky flavor. So you'll just want to pour it into a little cup, grab a pastry brush, and we're going to brush it right on top. I'm going to slather on a nice generous amount of barbecue sauce on both sides, and I'm going to place my ribs back into my oven. It's still preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes until that barbecue sauce becomes nice and thick and sticky. I just took my ribs out of the oven, and I wanted to show you guys how the meat just literally falls off the bone. It's so tender and juicy, and it's going to taste so good. Cannot wait to dig in and try this. And that's it for my barbecue pork ribs. All that's left to do is dig in and enjoy. I love getting a nice large chunk, and this meat just falls right off the bone. These barbecue ribs are just out of this world. They're so good. The meat is so tender and juicy. And it just literally melts in your mouth, and it's just covered with that garlic barbecue sauce, which is one of my favorites. This is by far the best barbecue pork ribs I have ever made. I've tried so many recipes over the years, and when I found this one, I was like, this is the one that I have to share with my viewers. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe. If you do make it, comment below, let me know how you like it, or you can snap a photo of it and send it to me on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.